Let me ask you something. Have you ever spent 5, 6, even $7 on a coffee you were really looking forward to, only to take that first sip and realize it's just plain bad? It's burnt, it's watery, or it's so sweet it makes your teeth hurt. It's one of the most frustrating feelings, isn't it? With tens of thousands of coffee shops across America, you shouldn't have to gamble with your morning cup. You work hard, and you deserve better than to waste your money and your time on a bad coffee experience. Is the place you visit every morning really worth it? That's why we're here today. We are going to break down and rank 12 of the most popular coffee chains in the country, from the absolute worst to the very best. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which names are worth your trust, your time, and your money, and which ones you should just drive right past. And I guarantee our number one pick might not be the one you're expecting. Before we dive in, let me know in the comments what's your go-to coffee chain that always saves your morning. All right, let's get started at the very bottom of our list with a name that might stir up a little controversy.
12. McDonald's. All right, kicking off our list at number 12, the very bottom of the barrel for us, is a place you can find on almost every corner, McDonald's. Now hold on, I know what you're thinking. McCafe is everywhere, and it is cheap. I will give them that. For a couple of bucks, you can get a coffee and a full breakfast. The convenience is undeniable, but that's where the good news ends. Let's be honest, the coffee itself is mediocre at best. The standard black coffee often has that slightly burnt, overbrewed taste. And their specialty drinks? The lattes and frappes are so loaded with syrup that they're less like a coffee drink and more like a liquid candy bar. And beyond just the taste, there's a history we can't ignore. Everyone remembers the infamous hot coffee lawsuit from the 90s. While some dismissed it back then, the fact is the coffee was dangerously hot. And incredibly, they're still facing lawsuits for the same issue today. For us, that combination of lackluster flavor and lingering safety concerns puts them squarely at the bottom. Have you ever grabbed a McCafe on a road trip out of pure necessity? Tell me about your experience in the comments. All right, coming up at number 11 is a brand from the Midwest known for its wild, super sweet flavor combinations. They aim to be less pretentious, but have they gone too far? We'll find out next. 11. Biggby Coffee. All right, we are moving on up to number 11, and we're talking about that Midwestern chain I just mentioned, Biggby Coffee. Especially if you're from Michigan, you know this brand. Their whole philosophy is to be more approachable and less pretentious than other coffee shops. And you can see that in their menu, with fun names like the Teddy Bear, a latte with caramel, white chocolate, and blackberry, or the super popular Caramel Marvel. And the menu is massive. We're talking over 60 different lattes alone. So if you love variety, Biggby has you covered. But here's the problem. In their quest to be fun and approachable, many of their drinks have completely lost the plot. The coffee itself is just drowned out. When you've got that much chocolate, caramel, and fruit syrup in one cup, you're not really drinking coffee anymore. You're drinking a melted-down dessert. And beyond the sugar rush, there seems to be a real issue with consistency. We've seen numerous complaints online echoing the same things. Drinks that are sloppily made, not hot enough, and the classic frustration of paying for a full cup but getting one that's half foam. So while it's a step up from fast food coffee, its identity crisis and quality control issues landed here at number 11. So where do you fall on this? Do you love the super creative dessert-style coffee drinks, or do you think it's all just a bit too much? I'd love to hear your opinion below. Coming in at number 10 is an international chain you've probably seen at the mall. They also specialize in sweet, sugary concoctions, but they have a different set of problems that drive customers crazy. Stay tuned.
10. Gloria Jean's Coffees. And that brings us to number 10, the international mall staple I hinted at, Gloria Jean's Coffees. With over 1,000 stores worldwide, Gloria Jean's has a huge footprint. Much like Biggby, their specialty is the super sweet dessert in a cup experience. Take their white chocolate caramel cookie chiller. It's got cappuccino, white chocolate, caramel, Oreos, whipped cream. The only thing missing is a candle on top. And look, there's a market for that. If you're craving a sweet treat, they deliver. But if you're actually looking for the taste of coffee, it's pretty hard to find it under all that sugar and syrup. But the real reason Gloria Jean's lands here isn't just the sweetness, it's the service. We saw a common thread in customer reviews: the wait times. People consistently report waiting around 10 minutes or more for a single drink. And here's the kicker. After that long wait, there's a decent chance the drink you get isn't even the one you ordered. There is nothing more frustrating than waiting forever only to get the wrong thing. That combination of so-so coffee and frustrating service is why they're stuck at number 10. So what's your personal limit for a coffee wait time? And have you ever waited a long time only to get the wrong order? Let me know your stories below. For our number 9 spot, we are heading north of the border. This chain is a Canadian legend, a national treasure even. But the question is, does their beloved coffee actually stand up to the competition here in the US? That's coming up next.
9. Tim Hortons. Okay, for our number 9 spot, we are heading north to talk about that Canadian institution I mentioned, Tim Hortons. In Canada, Timmy's is a part of the national identity, the go-to spot for coffee and donuts. They're famous for their double-double, which is their signature way of ordering a regular coffee with 2 creams and 2 sugars. It's simple, it's classic, and it's beloved up there. But here's the thing. While Tim Hortons has been expanding aggressively into the US, the magic just doesn't seem to cross the border. When you put their coffee head-to-head with the competition here, it simply doesn't hold up. The flavor is often described as underwhelming. It's not terrible, it's just forgettable. There's nothing bold or special about it. And a lot of Americans who have tried it seem to agree. We found a review that really hit the nail on the head. The person said they keep trying Tim Hortons because of its huge reputation, but they always regret it, and finished by saying that Dunkin' Donuts has much better coffee for sure. So for being a legend in its own country, but just a forgettable option here, Tim Hortons lands at number 9. This is a big one for debate. I especially want to hear from our Canadian viewers or anyone who has had it in both countries. Is the coffee really different up there, or is the hype bigger than the brew? Well, that last review brought up a very big name, so for number 8, we have to go there. This East Coast legend runs on coffee and donuts, but is their coffee a true champion or just average? We're taking on Dunkin' next.
8. Dunkin. Well, you heard the review that sealed Tim Hortons' fate. It gave a direct shout-out to our number 8 pick, a true American giant, Dunkin'. For millions, Dunkin' is the engine that keeps their morning running. It's fast, it's consistent, and with nearly 10,000 locations, it's pretty much always there when you need it. Their basic hot and iced coffee gets the job done. But here's where they stumble. If you opt for any of their famous flavor swirls, get ready for a sugar bomb. It's not just sweet, it's an intensely artificial, cloying sweetness that can completely overwhelm the coffee. It's the kind of sweet that coats your teeth. And then there's the food. The donuts that made them famous? They're fine, they're a classic. But we have to talk about their breakfast sandwiches. The eggs can be rubbery, the bread lackluster, and the hash browns often taste like they've been sitting out for a while. It's a real gamble. So for its reliable basic coffee, but overly sweet specialty drinks and disappointing savory food, Dunkin' lands solidly at number 8. I know this one is a hot topic. Are you a loyal member of the Dunkin' crew, or do you think it's completely overrated? And seriously, let me know if you've ever actually had a great breakfast sandwich from there. All right, for number 7, we're shifting gears from a national giant to a more regional player. This Midwestern chain was started by two brothers who wanted to bring craft roasting to the Twin Cities. Does their smaller, more hands-on approach make for better coffee? We'll find out next.
7. Dunn Brothers Coffee. And that shift from giant to regional brings us to number 7, the Minnesota-based chain Dunn Brothers Coffee. On paper, Dunn Brothers sounds fantastic. It was started by two brothers with roasting experience from Portland, one of America's great coffee cities. They focus on that craft experience, offering things like a 24-hour slow-brewed cold brew and creative lattes. And for the most part, reviews say the coffee is pretty good. It's a solid, reliable coffee shop. But pretty good is the key phrase here. It never quite seems to reach the level of great or must visit. We found a Yelp review that sums up the Dunn Brothers experience perfectly. The reviewer said their drinks were fine, some of the food was good, some was bad, but they ended their review with this line: "So, nothing special here. Thank you, next." And that really says it all. Dunn Brothers is a perfectly acceptable place to get coffee, and it's certainly a step up from the chains below it on this list. But it just lacks that special something, that wow factor, to make it truly memorable. And for that, it lands at number 7. This raises a good point. What makes a coffee shop go from just good to great in your book? Is it a unique signature drink, a perfect atmosphere, or amazing service? Let me know what you think below. Okay, we've talked about a fast food giant and a regional chain. Now it's time to talk about the undisputed king of coffee chains, the biggest name in the game. You either love them or you love to hate them. Coming up at number 6, we're finally talking about Starbucks. If you're still watching and finding these details valuable, I'd really appreciate it if you'd leave the number 7 in the comments below just to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you'll consider subscribing and ringing that bell so you don't miss a thing. Your support is what allows us to keep creating helpful content to inform and inspire you. Now let's get back to it.
6. Starbucks. All right, here we go. We've hit number 6, and it's time to talk about the 800-pound gorilla of the coffee world, Starbucks. What can I possibly say about Starbucks that you don't already know? You know the menu, you know the green aprons, and you definitely know about the pumpkin spice latte invasion every fall. It's a cultural phenomenon. So let's get right to it. Why is it only at number 6? Because, for all its success, the coffee itself is famously middle of the road. Many coffee aficionados find their base espresso to be over-roasted, giving it a slightly burnt taste. In their quest for global consistency, making a latte in Cleveland taste exactly like one in Shanghai, they sacrifice the unique character you'd find at a local roaster. But here's their superpower, and the reason they're not lower on the list: customization. Starbucks isn't just a coffee shop, it's a coffee platform. Back in 2008, they said there were over 87,000 drink combinations. Think about how much that number has grown today with oat milk, cold foams, and a dozen syrups. You can create literally anything you want. So, Starbucks lands squarely in the middle of our list. The base coffee might be average, but the consistency and infinite ability to make your drink exactly how you want it makes it a force to be reckoned with. Okay, I know you all have one. What is your ridiculously specific, can't-live-without-it Starbucks order? Don't be shy. Let me see the most complicated creations in the comments. Now that we're breaking into the top 5, we're looking at a chain that has been Starbucks' direct rival for years, especially on the West Coast. They have a similar menu, but many of their fans swear they do it better. Next up, we're comparing the giant to the coffee bean and tea leaf.
5. The coffee bean and tea leaf. All right, we've officially cracked the top 5, and at number 5, we have the chain that's been Starbucks' Southern California rival for decades, the coffee bean and tea leaf. While they also offer a full lineup of coffee and espresso drinks, the first big difference is right there in the name, and tea leaf. They have a fantastic and robust tea menu, which is something many other coffee chains treat as an afterthought. But what really earns them this spot are their unique signature drinks. Fans go crazy for their hazelnut iced coffee, which uses a special powder instead of syrup, giving it a richer flavor. And their Winter Dream Tea Latte is legendary. It honestly tastes like Christmas in a cup. Crucially, their drinks aren't overwhelmingly sweet. The flavors are balanced, allowing the actual coffee and tea to shine through, a welcome change from many of the chains we've already discussed. And it seems that quality extends to their service. We saw a glowing review praising the staff as always great and nice and friendly, which can make all the difference. For its excellent tea selection, unique and well-crafted drinks, and a reputation for great service, the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf is a strong contender at number 5. This always comes down to loyalty. If you have a Starbucks and a Coffee Bean right next to each other, which door are you opening? Tell me your choice and why in the comments. Get ready for a big shift in energy for our number 4 spot. This West Coast chain is a drive-thru only phenomenon with a massive cult following. We're talking loud music, super enthusiastic staff, and a menu of wild creations their fans are obsessed with. Next up, Dutch Bros.
4. Dutch Bros. Get ready for a big shift in energy. At number 4, we are rolling into the drive-thru of a West Coast phenomenon with a serious cult following, Dutch Bros. Forget quiet cafes, Dutch Bros is all about the experience. It's drive-thru only, the music is always upbeat, and the energy is infectious. It all started with 2 brothers selling espresso from a pushcart in Oregon, and that fun, independent spirit is still the heart of the company. Their fans are obsessed with the creative menu. You've got drinks like the Kokomo, a coconut mocha, or the Annihilator, a chocolate macadamia nut breve. Some drinks can be a little on the sweet side, but others, like their iced kicker, which is an Irish cream breve, are just perfect on a hot day. But the real secret to the Dutch Bros magic, the thing that puts them so high on this list, is the service. It is, without a doubt, some of the best in the business. The staff, known as baristas, are famously friendly and energetic. As the review we saw mentioned, if there's a long line, they'll walk right up to your car window to take your order, chatting and giving recommendations the whole time. It's a personal touch that makes a huge difference. For its fun, creative menu, and its absolutely top-tier, industry-leading service, Dutch Bros easily earns the number 4 spot. That super high-energy, friendly service is their signature. Are you a fan of that approach, or do you prefer the quiet, traditional coffee shop vibe? Let me know your preference in the comments. We have officially reached our top 3, the medal winners. For our bronze medalist at number 3, we're visiting a beloved Midwestern chain that feels like a warm, cozy cabin. They're famous for comforting drinks and some of the best food you'll find at any coffee shop. Next up, Caribou Coffee.
3. Caribou Coffee. We have officially reached the podium. Taking home the bronze medal at number 3 is that beloved Midwestern chain with the warm, cozy cabin vibe, Caribou Coffee. Walking into a Caribou is like a warm hug. If Dutch Bros is a high-energy party, Caribou is a comfortable armchair by the fireplace. It's an inviting atmosphere, and that comfort extends to their entire menu. They have a wonderful lineup of warm, soothing drinks, and they pay attention to details like brewing their coffee of the day every single hour to ensure it's always fresh. They also have a great selection of teas and even fun caffeinated apple cider drinks. But what truly elevates Caribou into our top 3 is the food.
Forget the sad, rubbery egg pucks you find at other chains. Caribou offers seriously satisfying options, like a maple waffle sandwich with chicken Gouda sausage, or a massive bagel sandwich loaded with ham, bacon, and 2 eggs. It's real, hearty food. As one reviewer put it, Caribou is their favorite USA coffee shop. With its cozy atmosphere, commitment to freshness, and fantastic food menu, Caribou Coffee is a very worthy bronze medalist. Okay, that food menu sounds incredible. How important is the food for you when choosing a coffee shop? Are you just there for the drink, or can a great breakfast sandwich win your loyalty? And then there were 2, the silver and the gold. One is a true pioneer, the original craft coffee that started a revolution. The other is a meticulous, quality-obsessed brand that treats coffee like fine wine. Who will take the top spot? The final showdown between our last 2 contenders is next. If you're still watching and finding these details valuable, I'd really appreciate it if you'd leave the number 3 in the comments below, just to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you'll consider subscribing and ringing that bell so you don't miss a thing. Your support is what allows us to keep creating helpful content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's get back to it.
2. Blue Bottle Coffee Company. The final showdown is here. Earning the silver medal at number 2 is the meticulous, quality-obsessed brand that treats coffee like fine wine, Blue Bottle Coffee Company. Blue Bottle is a completely different experience from almost every other chain on this list. Their entire mission is about one thing: the absolute highest quality coffee possible. They exclusively use beans that score 84 points or higher on the 100-point specialty coffee scale, well above the 80-point minimum. To put it simply, if most chains are selling good, everyday coffee, Blue Bottle is selling the equivalent of a fine wine. It's for people who want to taste the unique, complex notes of the bean itself. Their sourcing team is made up of certified Q graders, which is like the master sommelier of the coffee world. Because of this, you won't find a massive menu with 20 different syrups. The menu is minimalist, designed to highlight the coffee. You'll find perfectly prepared pour-overs, a rich, dark chocolate mocha, and maybe an affogato for a treat. The coffee is the star of the show, always. For its unwavering, uncompromising dedication to quality, Blue Bottle is our silver medalist. It's a coffee lover's dream. And if you don't have one near you, they even have a subscription service to bring that quality to your home. This less is more, quality-first philosophy is fascinating. Are you a coffee purist who would love a place like this, or do you prefer the fun and variety of flavored lattes? Let me know your coffee personality in the comments. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. We've ranked 11 chains. Only one can be number 1. Our gold medal winner perfectly balances a deep respect for craft coffee with delicious, accessible drinks that have created legions of loyal fans. The best coffee chain in America, according to our ranking, is 1. Peet's Coffee. And the gold medal for the best coffee chain in America goes to Peet's Coffee, the original, the pioneer, and in our opinion, still the best. Peet's story is legendary. It was started back in 1966 in Berkeley, California, by Alfred Peet, a man on a mission. He believed that the richest country in the world was drinking the lousiest coffee, and he set out to change that. And he did. So why is Peet's number 1? Because they masterfully combined the 2 things that make a coffee chain truly great: an obsessive focus on quality and the creativity to make delicious drinks for everyone. It all starts with the beans, which are always fresh and perfectly roasted. But their baristas take that great coffee and create magic. Their lattes are perfectly balanced and just sweet enough. Drinks like their Havana cappuccino with a hint of cinnamon are pure comfort.
And a simple vanilla latte tastes like real vanilla, not a chemical syrup. Their black tie is a fantastic nod to Vietnamese iced coffee. As one fan put it, going to Peet's is their weekend morning treat. It's that special. For its rich history, its unwavering quality, and its perfectly crafted drinks that appeal to everyone from the coffee purist to the latte lover, Peet's Coffee is our champion. And that's our full list, from number 12 all the way to our champion, Peet's Coffee. We've covered a lot of ground, from the overly sweet to the truly sublime. Ultimately, the goal of this ranking is to help you find a coffee experience that's worth your time and your hard-earned money. Of course, this is our take, and we know that the best cup of coffee is always the one you love the most. If you found this coffee journey helpful, we'd really appreciate it if you'd give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next ranking. And most importantly, let us know your own rankings in the comments below. Thanks so much for joining us today. Until next time, happy sipping!